rumors spreading round. United Texas town. About to shack outside the game. And you know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that whole mile on the range. They got a lot of nice girls.
Hey, everybody out there, welcome to Backseat Broadcast. I'm your host, Eric Elkins. We are here at week 5 already. It just seems to blow by with this league. We're having such a good time. We're at the Glen, obviously coming through T1 at the moment. Just a great, big, wide open turn, bottlenecking onto this gloriously long straight. Doing the full boot formation this week. Kicking it off, of course, on Sundays with the MX-5. Thank you for joining us. So, just a couple minutes remaining in qualifying. Let's take a quick peek at the times being laid down by everybody. The low 208s there by Brandon Bachman. Very long track here as everybody's over 2 minutes, obviously. So there is a lot of time to be made and lost. Ooh. Looks like Jordan Johnson there getting a little out of shape. Just over a minute remaining before we hop into that qualifying session. Taking a quick peek over at the race info. 78 degrees on track, quite pleasant out there. No wind to speak of. Pretty good conditions to go racing. 17X will get you a pit lane drive-through penalty. But other than that, should be some great racing around here, especially to kick the lap off with that long straight. Let's take a peek over at the new and fast MX-5s. We got Robbie Campbell sitting up top. Just 1 point separating him from Andre Garcia. I actually think maybe those points are. I thought Andre was sitting up top, but it looks like it's Robbie actually. Bjorn sitting in third with 172. Mason Smotherman just behind him, waiting in the wings. For the old and slow They are dwindling down. Only, I think, actually 6 racers to speak of, as David Fish has no points. But Craig Ream looking to sweep that one away from Donovan Smith. Kevin Sandiego and John Miller jumping over to the newer classes. And it looks like even Craig Ream might have fallen victim to that gosh dang technology. Nick Love out here. And I don't necessarily love how long some of these camera shots here are at the Glen. Might have to tighten them up a little bit. Do make good racing, but you can hardly see the cars with no zoom on these things to speak of. And yes, it appears that the old class may be done for here. Gonna have to update everyone in a moment. Russell in this probably King Ranch edition. Miata knows all about boots. Bringing it down the pit straight at the moment to start that first hot lap. Here comes Bjorn through T1. Take a pretty liberal amount of that exit curbing there. You want to make sure you miss the grass, as it could be mighty slippery. And of course that 1X during qualifying. Oh, and Kevin losing it out on the right-hander after the chicane. It really is so much elevation change there. We have Jacob Hiller back on track. Good to have him back. Here is Bjorn with 2 turns to go. And such long laps here of over 2 minutes. We're only going to get to do a few full race laps. Kenny Teal across the line with a 2:09.6 already. Dan Fendick lining up behind him, and Brian Miles in 3rd for the time being. Here comes Bjorn across the line. He's going to jump into 6th as Justin Atchison, Mason Smother, and Craig Ream, and a bunch of guys coming across the line right now, as making the most of these laps is imperative here. Russell Elizondo only a 2:13 at the back of the stack. Richard Spindell's just barely dipping into the 209s there. Benjamin Syke gets onto the list as the program figures out what's going on. It's a 210 flat. Through T1 to start a hot lap is Kevin Sandiego. Here's Colby Kersey. Looks like he's just about to wrap up a lap. Jordan Johnson in the boot. Andrew Cordero across the line for 12th position. If it was a clean one for Colby. Donovan still running in the old class, it appears. Brian Miles up to 13th with a 2:11.7. Justin Atchison moving himself up, and then Jordan Johnson and Mason Smotherman coming out of nowhere and fighting for that pole position spot with a 2:09.1 and a 2:09.5 respectively. Nick Love just into the top 10 with a 2:10.320. There is Frank Sims getting in there. It looks like he might have gone to the newer class as well. Practicing a pit entry at the last moment is Kevin Sandiego. Maybe he must start from pits, but we only have 2 minutes remaining in qualifying, as it happens to be as Jordan Johnson heads around the toe. Mason Smotherman not on a good lap at the moment. Andre Garcia scooting right up to 4th place with a 2:09.8. That's all he's going to have time for. And Andre Garcia still having a bit of fun out there on track. Brian Lemke, though, very good 5th position here with a 2:09.877. Be on the inside to T1, which again has all that space to run out wide. Robbie Campbell jumping up to the front row with a 2:09.238. Jordan Johnson into the 2:08s. Just at the death there of qualifying. Mason Smotherman relegated down to 3rd position. And Nick Love just outside of the top 10 there. He's not going to be able to get in there. Frank Sims moving himself up closer with a 2:10.8. And with 20 seconds to go, I think that's probably going to be where everyone's going to have to live. Just kidding, as Jacob Hiller. Welcome back, Jacob. We haven't seen you in a couple months. Coming across, sneaking into the top 10 with a 209.945. And that does it for qualifying. Running down the race grid real quick for you. That was Jordan Johnson, the only driver sub 209s there. On pole position, Robbie Campbell lines up next to him. Mason Smotherman and Kenny Teal on row 2, followed by Andre Garcia, Brian Lemke, Richard Swindells, Jacob Hiller, Benjamin Syke, Craig Ream wrapping out the top 10 and his new fancy Miata out there. Justin Atchison is followed by Nicholas Love, Brandon Piper, Frank Sims, Mark Brave, David Fendick, Bjorn Benches, Andrew Cordero, Brian Miles, and Russell Elizondo in 20th. Then I think we have some winner penalties or other penalties from Kevin San Diego, Kelly Greenhill, Brandon Bachman, and Colby Kersey. And I think we only have 2 more runners of the old class. It's good to have them. Who you guys think is going to win GTLM this year? Thank goodness for Corvette racing. It looks like we have Troy Banks there starting from the pit lane. Andre Garcia also failing to grid. I hope he didn't walk away from the rig like he did last week and start half a lap down. That is not the way you want to start the race. But for now, we got Jordan Johnson and Robbie Campbell on the front row. Mason Smotherman and Kenny Teal and Brian Lemke. Now, if you thought a lap and a Miata around here was long, just wait till you see the pace lap. We have 10 minutes of pace lapping this week. Looking forward to it. Keep yourself occupied by just jamming that bell button over and over and over again, or doing some jumping jacks, some crunches. Now is a great time. I'll be sure to yell real loud and let you know when we get going. And thank God bless, we are finally finishing up this formation lap here as the pit car goes in. Jordan Johnson in the lead, Robbie Campbell on the outside. And it's green flag racing out there as we spread out and go 5 wide down the pit straight here. Down to T1 Jordan, taking up the middle of the road, going back to the racing line. And that's Mason Smotherman sneaking through to the inside. Robbie Campbell going wide around the outside, just going to keep that second place ahead of Mason. A little bit further back, it looks like Jacob Miller having a great start there. Brandon Piper also up a couple places at the start. Everybody making it through, thank goodness. As we've had some pretty messy starts here at the Glen. We're so fully packed, 28 drivers on the grid. Troy Banks and Andre Garcia starting from the pits. Jordan Johnson to the outside as we go 2 wide with Mason Smotherman through the chicane, the bus stop chicane, and Mason's gonna get that second place done. Kenny Teal still sitting in 4th as Robbie Campbell loses that second place. Kelly Greeno has had a crash at the back. We'll check on that in just a second. But more or less staying pretty clean around here. Back up top, Robbie Campbell really hassling Mason for second place. Jacob Hiller moving right up through the pack. Richard Swindell's also with a good start. He's going to try to the inside, and he's got that one on Richard. Richard's got to look out as Benjamin Syke right to his right-hand side now. And Richard is just dropping places as Craig Ream almost giving Benjamin a little push. And superb racing across the field. Jordan Johnson holds on to the lead. Oh, and we have, who is that? Benjamin Syke into the wall. We'll see what happened to him in just a second. Almost completed the whole lap there. And on that opening lap, we saw, it looks like Brandon Bachman going wide there into the wall. Kelly Greenhoe was the other car that had crashed there. Here's Kelly coming through. Oh, and it looks like he did get a small tap from somebody, possibly Brandon, back there. And through the, for some weird reason, is registering Brandon Bachman, who we just saw spin out on the opening lap as in first place. Paid no attention to that. As we all know, Jordan Johnson was fighting for his lead at the moment with the top. Let's see. Goodness, there's not even a gap of a second to any car. Here's the first one in between Nick Love and Craig Ream there. Or, sorry, Nick Love and Brandon Piper. Even losing half a second will put Jordan out of the podium positions. There are 3 cars just fighting for those spots just behind him. It's ended up dragging Jacob Hiller into the mix as well, and Brian Lemke losing out to him. Richard Swindell still, unfortunately, losing battles out here. He's lost 4 positions in just a couple laps there. We saw Benjamin on that opening lap. Oh, he just spins it all on his own and turns it, and does well to wait his turn to get back with us. go with Robbie Campbell hot on the bumper of Mason Smotherman. For some weird reason, it still thinks Brandon Bachman out here is in first place. I assure you he is not. He is a lap down. And I think in a couple laps we might just be able to see that, as here is Robbie Campbell pushing all the way to the front. And I think he's just about pulled it off. Jordan's got to pull out of that, but there's no sense in fighting, as these guys can leapfrog all day. And it only matters on the last lap. We're only 5 minutes in at the moment. 35 to run here at the Glen. And now Mason Smotherman down in third, fighting with Kenny Teal to stay in the top three. He's going to have the inside to the toe downhill, and he's going to keep that third place spot. And Kevin San Diego making the move on Justin Atchison there. Also making a move on Brian Miles, making it. Troy Banks trying to cut his way through these older cars out of the pits. If nothing else, Richard is getting a lot of screen time today. Little mix up there into T1. It looked like Richard just might have gotten a little sandwiched as he's coming up to Richard Spindell's there. Oh, and he gets a little punted from behind. Andrew Cordero there. Oh, something actually happened down there. Is all over the inside, and he's got to jump to the pits after that. And Richard Swindell's not finding the racecraft in this car at the moment. Kevin San Diego slicing through the field. RD11 gained. Colby also did not set a qualifying time, as we saw, and he's also made up 11 positions. Richard's got to start being a little bit more aggressive. There is one position back. If he can keep that one on Mark Bray to the inside, he's going to learn his lesson and keep to the inside there. Back up top to complete lap 4. It's Jordan Johnson in first place, as you can finally see Brandon Bachman running down in 26th actually. And Robbie Campbell hot on his heels, Mason Smotherman, Kenny Teal, Jacob Hiller, all as they were. And Brandon Piper really making Kevin earn that spot from him. It's not going to be easy. And Richard Spindell's not enough speed trucking it through the bus stop chicane there. He might even get overtaken by Andrew Cordero here. And what good racing we're having today. I can't believe it. Every place is being so hard, toughly fought. Even especially the lead up here, as Jordan Johnson has it back, but perhaps not for long. Is what has happened to Jacob Hiller? Oh, he is in the pack, thank goodness. And just ahead is Mason Smotherman, who just lost out 2 positions. You can see Kenny Teal 3 cars ahead, Jacob Hiller just 2 cars ahead here. So Mason losing out there, but as I said, it's just all packed in there. The leader's off in the distance, not too far away. They are almost doing a little bit of bump drafting down here in the straight, trying to get away from the rest of the pack so they can duke it out themselves. Robbie not interested in taking that position, just gaining that 1.2 advantage. Oh, and turned around as Jacob Hiller in the bus stop chicane, coming door to door with Kenny Teal. Oh, and he gets kicked again by another passing car. I didn't quite see who that was. And he's going to have to go back to the pit lane. I think that was maybe Nicholas Love. Let's back that up a little bit. As here's the onboard from Kenny Teal as they came down into it. And perhaps just not enough room left there by Kenny as he was thinking about the exit of that one. Looks like Nick Love might have kept that car moving. He's in the 6th place anyways. Now make that 7th as Kevin Sandiego has caught him. But that's going to put Kenny Teal in 3rd place for the time being. And sort of break up that little pack that we had running for a little bit. We had 10 minutes of breathless racing there for a moment, and then the elbows have started to come out. But up top, they have decided to run together. Here comes Craig Ream. And looks like Nick Love into the pits. And Brandon Piper being forced onto the, I think that's, maybe that wasn't Brandon Piper, that was Andrew Cordero being forced onto the grass there. Didn't quite see what happened to Brandon Piper. Oh, he got shoved separately just ahead of this trio. And then we're gonna see Andrew Cordero. Oh, it's just 3 abreast is not going to go. into the bus stop chicane. And Richard finding some speed out of nowhere. If he makes this move on Frank to the inside, that makes only one position lost from his grid spot of 7th. Pretty good there. Frank Sims actually getting swallowed up in this little pack. Andrew Cordero to the inside. Oh, and Frank shoved out wide. He's going to lose a couple more as he tries to battle that one out. Mark Gray and Russell also going to get through. Troy Banks getting one to the inside. Meanwhile, Robbie has decided to ruin my race. Thanks, man. And just push Jordan to the win as they've already gotten a 9-second gap. Just not battling and doing that. But these guys down here in the midfield, they understand what racing means. They know what it's all about. Andrew Cordero on a storming run here. Up 10 spots. Colby Kersey up 19 there. Kevin San Diego up 18. saw Peter Ransom getting a little wide going door to door with Troy Banks down. Ooh, into... Oh no. As we've had our first accident with Russell getting all turned around there. Troy Banks getting through, trying to keep this fight going. Ryan Miles, Kelly Greeno, and Brandon Piper also in this little battle. A couple accidents here to talk about coming into the bus stop chicane. Oh, and just a raw racing incident. Oh goodness, the lot of them crashed. It looks like Mason Smotherman there. And oh goodness gracious, I was about to say maybe you should have slowed down for that, but that was not fun. Looks like oh, Colby has had a big crash from 4th place here, leading this pack, coming through the bus stop chicane, getting a little loose and turning it, and manages not to get whacked, but is going to fall back to 9th place after that. We saw Peter and Russell getting turned around. Frank Sims having a rough time out there. And always great racing to be had and seen on track here at the Glen. I am loving this. And this battle between Richard Spindels and Andrew Cordero still going on as Colby is waiting in the wings there, trying to get to the inside, make it 3 wide. Oh, goodness. Colby almost loses it into the side of Richard, but he manages to give him a little bit of wiggle room. Troy just about keeping Kelly honest through that turn. And Brandon Piper looking in his rearview mirror. And about 6 anxious cars ready to get past him. Straight, ruining the race lap after lap. It's Jordan Johnson and Robbie Campbell. Luckily for them, everyone else is freaking saving the race. They are making well up for any sort of battle we can ever hope for up at the top. As we go 3 abreast nearly into the bus stop chicane, we still go 2 wide. And for the second time, Andrew Cordero shoved into the inside grass there. Colby just streams by the 2 of them and late breaks out of there. Meanwhile, they're falling right into this little battle going on just behind them. Dan accelerating well into the braking zone there, taking that one a little wide. That's going to bring Craig Ream onto his outside here. And 30 minutes into this race, like even if this server crashes right now and goes down, this will still be one of the greatest Apex races I've gotten to watch. Freaking just killer racing out there everywhere you look. I take it back. And just about starting to wind down. I say that as we're still racing for 10ths here all over. But gaps starting to show up a little bit out there. Positions gained and lost by some. Colby, 16 gain. Troy having a killer race out there with 16 gain. Kevin San Diego, of course, with 18 sitting in that podium spot too. Wasn't really able to chip away at the leaders that much. He's taking a second or two out of them. That's about it. And they've just been bump drafting down the straight. And I hope they at least start racing towards the end. Justin pulling out of that one early. Okay, with some good racecraft to cover off all those apexes. A little bit of distance between your leaders at the moment. I wonder if they're really racing now. And it looks like Robbie unable to get the speed or something, but I imagine he'd probably go for it now. anything, he saved so much fuel. He's probably pounds heavier than Jordan at this point. Here we go with Robbie Campbell into the final lap we're about to go. And let's see if he's going to try to make a move or if he's actually waiting for this moment. Maybe down the back straight one final time. He probably could have made a move to the inside there, but he may not want it. Just wants to stay close and with him. Gobble up that curve one more time. And he's got a good jump on him already. And here is his moment. Jordan's going to try to squeeze him over to that side and maintain that track position for the lead. And here we go into the bus stop chicane for the final time. Robbie's just got his nose clear, but they're still side by side. Jordan has the right to keep his nose in there, and they both crash the leaders out of the race, or at least Robbie Campbell, as Jordan Johnson pretty much is forced to continue driving down the road. Robbie Campbell sitting in third position. He's got 15 seconds to be able to come back at it, but and Jordan Johnson just wanting to keep his nose in there for a moment, and that might cost him after his buddy who pushed him down the straights all race. Currently sitting in third position and in big trouble as Andre Garcia and this whole gang has been able to catch up to him, and he's got a wounded car. He's limping back home. Jordan Johnson in first place, Kevin San Diego in third, Robbie Campbell holding on. Sorry, Kevin in second, Robbie in third holding on. He's not holding on any longer as Andre Garcia and Kenny Teal getting by Justin Atchison. The next car back, it looks like he's going to make his way through as well. Peter Ransom pushing on Richard Swindells for one final position as they come out of the tow. And right to the end, oh, Andre getting kicked out. I didn't quite see what had happened there. We're gonna watch what had happened just before that. So it looked like Andre must have gotten a very, very awkward exit into the final turn. He gives Justin tons of room there, or maybe that's Colby. And, oh, they're three wide going down the pit straight. And what a battle. Still one more going on track. It looks like it's a mixed class battle as Brian Lemke has fallen down there. What an eventful race. Holy heck. Did you guys like that one or what? Goodness gracious. Thank you to everybody who wanted to show up for this one today. It was so good. So good. As it looked like Kenny Teal just able to squeeze into that final podium position, although I'm sure his car was not good looking enough to make it for the photo shoot. Now that everybody has made it across, or just about made it across the line, let's run down the race results. And that was Jordan Johnson winning an exciting final lap race. It was a one-lap race for Jordan. Congratulations. Kevin Sandiego climbed up to those podium spots again. Kenny Teal crashed into third. Justin Atchison followed, and limping across the line was Andre Garcia, Robbie Campbell, Colby Gerson. Troy Banks had a great race. Andrew Cordero, Richard Swindells rounded out the top 10. Then we had, Peter Ransom, Craig Ream, Brandon Bachman, Brian Miles, David Fendick, Mark Bray, Kelly Greeno, Benjamin Syke, Russell Elizondo, Brian Lemke rounding out the top 20. Frank Sims, and I believe that was the end of our full course runners. Let's run down those points now that we got everybody here. Here are your points before the race. Let's go through the new championship and see what's happening out there. Andre Garcia, despite crashing on the pit straight, takes the lead in the championship out there. Robbie Campbell, poor Robbie Campbell, slipping down right at the death. Troy Banks had a great race that puts him up into third there. Richard Swindells wrapping out the top 10 in today's race will jump up to fourth. Kelly Greenhill in fifth. As always, make sure you hit that thumbs down button, unsubscribe, and hit that bell an even number of times. We will see you right back here at the Glen on Tuesday and Thursday this week for the Ferrari 488 GT3s and the V8 Supercars. Take it easy, everybody. We'll see you there.